All right, guys, welcome back to Gridiron Talk. It's week 11
Yes.
of college football. That is pretty insane. How you doing today, Maddox?
Very, very good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm ready to get into it. Are you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
So we're going to look back on last week, and then we'll go on this week. So
Are you sure?
Hopefully. So I'll read, what happened, the scores from last week, and we'll talk about them briefly.
Yeah.
Clemson beat Notre Dame. Oh, my gosh.
You keep talking.
That's what you said last time. Okay. I have some payback. Just wait. Notre Dame lost to Clemson 31-23. That was a good game for us. The ranking show, we're filming this on Monday, and the ranking show comes out Tuesday at 7. So we will see. I think we should be at least 16 or 17 after that good solid win. Almost blew it with that fumble. But our defense, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. played incredible. Very good win for us. Texas beat Kansas State in overtime, 33-30. Ole Miss beat Texas A&M, 38-35. Pretty good win. Ole Miss is playing Georgia this week, so kind of like a test game to get ready for the Georgia game, I would say. Georgia beat 12th-ranked Missouri. Right now, ranked 12, 31-21. I was close. You have another one?
Keep talking.
How much more you got there? Don't pull out anymore. You got
Keep
more?
talking.
No. Don't. He told me before the show I don't have any Tootsie Rolls, but he has 3 packages. Wow.
If y'all been watching, you know it was more than 3. If y'all been watching, you know it was more than 3 and he missed some. Well, I was talking very thick in my mouth. So
I wasn't watching because I wasn't trying to be scared of his eating style.
Happy Halloween. It's Christmas time.
Thanksgiving. I had a Christmas sweatshirt I about wore.
You got yourself a little Thanksgiving blanket there, it looks like.
Yeah, it says
Well, we got a cozy Christmas fire, so.
Christmas time is here. Anyway, Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma 27-24. Kind of like that. Washington had kind of like a close win, 52-42 against USC. And what? This is ridiculous. I'm speechless. I'm going to try to move on from that.
That game was closer than I thought it was going to be.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
No, I'm all out. Sorry about
Okay,
it.
thank you so much. Anyway, Bama prime time game beat LSU 42-28, kind of like I thought they would. Kind of beating them by a lot. So what are your thoughts besides the Twizzlers, 5-6 packages?
Pretty tasty Twizzlers. First off, I will address. I know this is a college football podcast, but did you see the Texans beat the Buccaneers the other day?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. What he got? 470 and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then their running back, what's his name? Kicked the field goal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Go ahead, field goal. You saw that.
Yeah, could have been you.
I just shout out to that. Impressive. Because as we've been seeing in college football, kicking ain't easy. I could win a lot of money.
If you just go to Clemson.
No, doing Pat McAfee's challenge, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
I could make $60K or whatever the number is right now, yeah. I could do that. But USC Washington went different than I expected. I expected USC to not score so much.
But they scored 42.
But they scored quite a bit.
Yeah, on
Looks like Washington
a pretty good Washington defense as we thought of. But, I mean, they had a lot of tests, Caleb Williams and Bo Nix. So,
yeah, for sure. And then Clemson. I was at this guy's house for the game, and he basically didn't watch it.
Okay. Look, the pizza was good. I was trying to score with a soccer ball and a basketball goal for a very long time.
Yeah.
I was practicing, and I got way off.
You were also trying to play that gang game.
Gang Beast?
Well, yeah, whatever it's called.
Have you ever played Gang Beast?
No, I walked around like the back into his little like game room, and he's just sitting back there trying to throw guys into like a blender or something. I don't even know.
Comment down below if you played Gang Beast. It is the most satisfying game. What's more satisfying than like two jelly bean men just headbutting each other, knocks them out, you throw them into a grinder, and it's just. I've never laughed so hard in that game.
Yeah, but
anyway,
the Clemson game was a great game.
Yeah,
they really did a good job getting turnovers and then capitalizing on those turnovers. Mm-hmm. So I'm super proud of them in that game. Obviously, we're both Clemson fans. We're a little biased towards that one, but super happy with the way that turned out. Alabama, very impressive showing. But I think that is enough on last week. Let's move into this week. What do we got?
Yeah, first off, Penn State versus Michigan. Pretty big game, but Michigan, sign ceiling, still out there. But Penn State, I had high hopes for them, but now I'm kind of scared to pick against them or pick for them because they could have the best games and then they could have the worst of games like the Ohio State games.
I think I think this has the potential to be a good game. I think we're going to see a Penn State that struggles to score against Michigan's defense. I think we're still going to see that. And then I think we'll see a Penn State defense that is stopping Michigan at least for a while. We've seen definitely Michigan be more of a second-half team so far this year. Not really get the ball rolling right away. There were a couple games this year where they've managed to do that. Definitely if they can do that, they're really going to roll Penn State.
Yeah.
But I still think Michigan's going to win this heftily. I'm going to go 24-10 Michigan. That's what I'm going for. That's 14 points. That's pretty decent gap.
Not a blowout.
Not a blowout. Decent dominant win though.
Yeah. I feel like if Michigan's offense can get going,
in my teeth.
That's what you get for eating like 5 packages. That's what you deserve.
I have to pass out on the podcast. Be like.
And then we're going to perform CPR.
CPR? No. Hey, Maddox is not performing CPR. I mean, he's not. He doesn't know what to do.
I've never seen an episode of The Good Doctor, so I would not know what I'm talking about.
That's not the only medical. No, that's fine. It's a good reference.
First.
What's you're talking about? I can't remember.
There's a show like the first not the first Embryo Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, there's a show out in comic book. It's like the first Embryo Avatar. Pretty good. Okay. And never mind. We're not performing CPR, but I think this is going to be a very good game. If Penn State's offense can get going on Michigan's very good defense, but if Michigan has its way in the running game with Blake Corum, one of the best running backs, and very underrated running back.
He's still been getting healthy this year, too. I think that's part of why he's a little more underrated this year. But he's still dangerous. He's getting back to full health. Some of his moves, like his jump cut, aren't quite where they were, but he's continuing to get there. He's going to look even better this week.
Yeah, and Michigan hasn't really needed him.
That's true.
And to this point, and then really them, Penn State and Ohio State, they beat those two guys. They're probably in the playoffs easily. So they really only need it for like 2 games of the year. But other than that, this is going to be a good game. I'm picking probably Michigan 24, 24-21.
Oh, pretty close one.
Yeah, but next game, Washington, Utah. I think it's going to be a very interesting game because Utah has got a very stout defense, very mean defense until they played Oregon, and then we saw how good Oregon's offense was. But
I think Washington's offense is just as good as Oregon's. I think we're going to see a similar thing. I think I actually do think Oregon's offense is a little bit better than Washington's offense. I think they're more explosive and electric.
I actually think Washington's better just because that Washington-Oregon game was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think Washington has the better defense.
Yeah.
When it comes down to those two teams this year, at least, and they're more physical.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to see a similar story with Washington, Utah. And I think Washington's going to roll them just maybe a little less than Oregon did, or the same. I mean, we saw it when they played, but Oregon and Washington are two very even teams, and
yeah,
I think we're looking at that being the Pac-12 championship this year.
It's gonna be an incredible Pac-12 championship.
This is my hot take for today's episode. There might be more later. We'll see. my hot take though is that whoever wins the Pac-12 championship deserves to be in the college football playoffs. That's
I think both of them could be in the playoffs. Honestly.
I don't think they're going to be able to put both of them in.
I know, but
obviously it depends on how the rest of the end of the season goes. There's maybe one or two ways that could happen, but I don't see that as the most likely outcome.
Yeah, totally. I think Washington's offense is the best in the nation in front of Oregon's. Because I just see, defense was a better playmaker in the Washington-Oregon. If you really watch it, why didn't offense win the game? Because their defense was so strategized for Washington and keeping those timeouts. Very interesting game to watch. But I think Washington's offense is a little bit better just because they have two really good wide receivers and Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah.
But I think without Ken Rising, Utah can go up there with the big dogs. I think Utah and USC would be a very good game to watch.
Yeah.
But I think Washington, because Utah and USC are not the top dogs.
Yeah.
And what they thought would be it. And now they can't handle the pressure of Washington and Oregon. But Washington, I think, would roll them 63-10.
Okay.
Smoke them.
I think Washington's going to win big too. I don't know. I don't really have a score line.
I respect the Utah defense, but not enough to put Michael Penix Jr. To go against Michael Penix Jr. Go against Bo Nix. That's silly because we've seen what's happened.
Yeah, I feel like I'm eating this, and it kind of hurts and tickles.
Tickles your mustache.
I might have a mustache.
Oh. Late bloomer. Next is Tennessee,
if
Missouri.
I take this off, does it ruin the audio quality? I can't tell because I can't hear it.
Well, we're going to be
fine. It's the same way yours is.
We're going to be twinsies.
Twinsies. Woo! Woo! All right, what's the next one?
Tennessee, Missouri. Missouri had that devastating loss to Georgia.
Pretty close. I was hoping they'd win.
I
think Missouri is pretty good. I think that kind of does say how good they are that they lost only 21-30.
Yeah. And then Tennessee got Joe Milton the third, who's got a cane of an arm.
Oh, yeah. They've been cooking.
Incredible offense. Kind of like last year's, honestly. But
I think a little bit more consistent than last year.
Yeah, because last year it's you could have the most insane games, like the Bama game, and then you could be not so good against South Carolina.
Yeah.
But
happens.
Yeah.
The best of us and the worst of us.
I'll pick an upset. I'm picking Tennessee.
Take Tennessee.
Yeah. I think what we saw from Missouri is good. Mm-hmm. But I think Tennessee will have a big day, and it's just a different monster. Because Carson Beck.
Got you. I got you, man.
He's not really mobile.
Yeah.
He's more like a pocket passer. But that's what Stetson Bennett was, really. He did scramble, but he never took off and run. It wasn't in the playbook. It wasn't like a Lamar Jackson playbook where you have design QB runs. But with Joe Milton, you can do that easily because he's got the height, he's got the stature, he's got the speed. But I think it's just a different monster with Joe Milton. I'll take Tennessee a 35-21 game.
Yeah. I'm going to take Missouri in this one. I'm taking them in a close one, coming off a tough loss, like you mentioned, to Georgia. And I think that loss is going to fuel their win here to Saturday against Tennessee. And I'm going to take them 27-24 over Tennessee.
Okay. This is actually, in my opinion, the best game this week. A little underrated.
I definitely can see this.
Because you got Georgia, Ole Miss, and then Oregon, USC.
Yeah.
You know what the outcome of Oregon, USC is?
Oregon winning.
Or you probably know the outcome of Georgia, Ole Miss.
Yeah,
probably Georgia. Spoiler. But and then Washington, Utah, probably Washington, and Michigan, Penn State. That's probably the second closest. So honestly, That'll be a good game because it can go either way.
There is a lot of good football this year, but there's also just a lot of good football in Week 11.
Next, we got Georgia, Ole Miss. Ole Miss talked about last week. Please lose. I mean,
please lose. Ole Miss barely. Who'd they play? Didn't they barely win last week
against Missouri? And then they
No, Ole Miss didn't play Missouri.
Oh, Texas A&M 38-35.
Yeah, they almost lost.
So that scares me, honestly.
Is Texas A&M even ranked this year or in the top 25?
No. Well, not of right now.
Yeah,
they're probably not going to be at Tuesday because they lost.
Yeah.
But
so I'm picking Ole Miss in the upset. I'm picking against Georgia every episode.
You're going to pull Maddox.
Pull Maddox. We're winning this week, Maddox.
Woo! That was probably really loud on the mic. Actually, no.
No, it'd be fun.
We'll just lower it down a little bit. Anyway, Georgia, Ole Miss. I think Jackson Dart is a better quarterback than Matt Corral in the college area. So I think what Ole Miss has on their hands is a very, very good QB right now. But can they finish the job? I mean, if they win against Georgia, that boosts them into the top 5. They're already ranked number 10 as of right now, like I said.
Yeah. They're a one-loss team right now?
Oh, boy. Here we go again.
I think, pretty sure they got one loss.
I'll check.
They're not undefeated.
I'm already here. Perfect.
Lucky us. With a quick Google search.
We can find out anything we don't know. Which is pretty much everything. Google is our best friend.
Is it not loading?
That's exactly what I said last time.
Are you even connected to the Wi-Fi at my house?
No.
Yeah, we can.
Hold on.
That.
It's fine. They're 8-1.
Yeah, told you. You didn't have to look that up. I knew it. I'm full of knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom carrier.
Samson.
Okay. Where were we?
Georgia, Ole Miss.
Yes. Ole Miss is gonna roll them. I think we're looking at like 31-2. Did I say that last week too? That's not for a random score. I think I said 31-2 last week.
Picking like baseball scores or basketball.
No, I said 23-2, didn't I? I think I said 23-2, and I was like,
I'll look back at it, and we'll just.
But anyway, Ole Miss is gonna roll right over Georgia because that's what we all want to see.
Yes.
And we know that's how football works. We see what we want to see, and the teams that we want to lose.
Yeah,
we're not superstitious.
Hasn't been happening for the last 2 years for me. I literally prayed in my room that Georgia will lose. And what happens? They smoke TCU. And my best friend texts me. He's like, "What happened about Georgia losing?" And he's a huge Georgia fan. Anyway, I think Georgia wins. I was
Shout out
watching
to Ben Standard. No hate. No hate.
We're trying to get him on the show. He might not have come on the show if he wants.
He wants to go on the show, right, Ben? Right, Ben?
Right, Ben?
Right, Ben? No.
You say yes. Yes.
We'll get you on in a couple episodes. I think in December we can probably have you on.
We're still figuring out the whole. We're getting in a groove right now.
Hopefully you watch this episode.
I'm going over to his house tomorrow, though. So.
If you're not Ben Standard, shout out to any other Ben that's watching.
Gongoloff. Ben Gongoloff.
Yeah, you watched this once, Benny G.
Ben.
Watch his tournament this Friday at 6:30. Fall Guys tournament. Our Squad Gaming.
It is?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'll be producing that.
Oh, I have
with a good friend of mine. Shout out to Luke, who definitely doesn't watch this podcast, but might be producing my next podcast.
Hey.
Unwritten, coming soon to theaters near you. No.
Anyway.
Football, yeah.
Georgia,
Strictly college football podcast right here.
And we've traveled way off since the past. Like, if you watch our first 3 episodes.
I hit
watch
that.
our 3 episode on Spotify. It's strictly college football and no laughing. It's like a museum. You can't chuckle, show no emotions. And then our last 4 have been like us trying to unravel a Tootsie Roll and Langston stuffing his mouth with 6 Tootsie Rolls.
Twizzlers. Twizzle. I'm the Twizzlord. That doesn't sound good. That sounds really bad. All right.
Anyway,
Oregon USC.
Oregon USC. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Their good game. What are we doing? Oregon USC. Are you pointing to somebody else? A wall. Oh, Langston.
Okay, thank you. waiting for him to unjinx me. I think this is gonna be a decent game. I think Oregon's gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if USC wins. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, USC's season has turned kind of disappointing for them. They're still a really solid team, in my opinion, though. The Pac-12 is just loaded.
Yeah.
So I think we're looking at really similar to Washington USC this past week. I think we're going to see Oregon put up. I'm going to go 63 for Oregon. Decent on the scoring, but they've shown they can do it. And I'm gonna put USC at 35. I'm going 63-35 Oregon over USC. That's my prediction. I think USC is really, really going to struggle to get any stops, and I think they'll be proficient on offense, but still get stopped plenty by Oregon's pretty decent defense. They've had a pretty decent defense these past couple of years of their success versus previously back in 2013, 2014. You're looking at a team that's just electric on offense and kind of missing the defense. If they had some better defense, they maybe won a playoff, won some Rose Bowls here in there, and yeah.
I'm picking Oregon big. I think what I saw from USC last week was
my score big.
What?
63-35. Is that big?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Because we were having a lot of arguments about blowouts and Tootsie Rolls and...
Well, we haven't argued about Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah,
You're just mad about it.
I'm... Okay.
You want some Tootsie Rolls, bro?
I mean...
I'll go grab one.
No, I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
Grab one. What do you want?
I can't spoil it. I have some food on set.
You have food?
Yeah.
Are you planning on sharing with me?
Yeah. Just wait. We're right there.
Okay.
We're right there.
All right.
Anyway, I picked Oregon big. I think what I saw from USC last week is very good. They put a lot of points against a pretty good Washington defense, and I think picked
Washington.
Oregon.
Oh, USC. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Oregon big, like a 35-21. Not huge.
That's not that big.
But not huge, but good amount of points.
Yeah, that is a good amount of points.
Next.
What's next?
The reason you've watched this video.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Honestly, I can't tell. I'm going to go with 20 minutes. 20 minutes-ish, maybe? The reason you've watched this video for 20-ish minutes, actually, hold on. I can see it on here. Yeah, about 20 minutes.
22 minutes.
But that's
23 minutes and...
No, that's ahead.
4
Remember?
seconds.
Because I started that first.
Whatever.
About 20 minutes.
The reason you've watched this episode for roughly 20 minutes is Maddox's hot takes. Beautiful. And I promised you last week, because I was mad about his Tootsie Roll, hot and spicy Cheetos.
Hey. Those look kind of tasty. Oh, you don't got to worry about that. I'll punch it in after.
There. Editing.
Editing. I won't edit that. No, I'll edit.
Take a good whiff.
It'll catch on fire. Wait, stick it in the fire. Warm it up.
Okay. Just take a good whiff of this bag. Oh, God. Here. Sniff it. Take a good whiff.
Smells like jalapenos. My nose is like getting flushed out, bro.
Okay.
What's the hot take? How many did you grab?
Alright, 4.
That's 4.
Not that spicy.
Pretty tasty though.
Shout
I'm kind
out
of
to
hungry. I just had dinner like right before it came over, but
Oh.
it's in the evening. If you guys can't tell, we're filming in the evening.
Shout out to Andrew. At Curtis Rich, he was my leader. He was a great leader, and he brought these back, and it was like Christmas. And they were very good. Also, someone stole like all of my beef jerky, so I was a little upset.
Oh, you got a little beef for them?
Yeah. Stupid.
Hey, that's rude. Don't call me stupid.
I said what you did was stupid.
Oh.
Anyway, we have 4. Go through them quick. We'll talk about them after. It's Clemson back. Is Sam Hartman to blame for Notre Dame's performance this year? The Purdue head coach Ryan Walters said that he knows for a fact that the Michigan sign stealer that we all know about was at a number of his games. And what are your top 3 Heisman finalists? So first,
sweet,
is Clemson back?
Were they ever gone?
Yes.
Yeah, very much. Clemson kind of been on and off. I think when they want to, they show up. Not when they want to. When they can rally and get together, they're a good team. They're a top 25 team. They've just not been that consistently for this past year, which has been really hard to watch. But I think they're slowly figuring out how to be that team consistently again, and I think they're getting there. So I guess in a sense, yeah, they're back.
Yeah. We say they beat Notre Dame, but we'll talk about this in like a couple seconds. But Notre Dame has been a crazy year for them. Sam Hartman, is he to blame for this performance? Don't answer. So you're about to answer.
I was about to answer.
Don't.
Sorry, I don't want to bend over or like lean forward, whatever, to go get more of those. I just got me a little pile.
And that was disturbing. Clemson.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. When they play good teams, they're very good.
I agree.
Like Florida State, very good performance.
Should have won that. If they had a kicker, they would have won.
Yes.
And they'd be like top 5.
Yeah.
Anyway.
When they play good, they're like a top 5 team in my opinion. Because they went toe-to-toe with the 4 team. Well, I don't think it's 4, but they were 4 as of right now. Like we said, the playoff show.
They played really good last week.
Yeah. Their defense, one of the best in the country. Easily. But
Like top 4 in the country, good.
yeah. Wait, what did you say? I just said yes.
I said like top 4 in the country, good.
Their defense or their team?
Defense.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. I think they're back when they want to be back. If they play good teams, which they will, Notre Dame, North Carolina is coming up. That's gonna be a pretty good game.
That should be really good in my opinion.
Drake May is a very good quarterback, but his team, I mean, what's happening? But I think they are back when they play good teams. He kind of felt like he just was drifted into the wilderness, but you know.
Sam Hartman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably annoying if I talk while I eat. I think actually he performed very well and was trying to carry his team through a very tough defense. Obviously, they got, what's his name? Their tight end, their star tight end. I can't remember.
Clemson's?
No. Notre Dame had a very important player. Tore his ACL last week when they were rolling. He shouldn't have been playing even. But he tore
your dad
his
was
ACL.
telling me about that.
Yeah. My dad's a big Notre Dame fan, so we got to shout in his face and yell at him and whatnot last week.
It was awesome.
But I think Sam Hartman actually performed incredibly well. He had a couple big rushes, and he is not really a rushing quarterback. Like he can use his legs when he needs to.
Yeah.
His speed definitely underrated, but he's a pocket passer.
Kind of like
That's what he's been
Carson
good
Beck.
at. There were definitely some moments he messed up. He threw some interceptions. Not his best performance, but he also gave his team a chance. And so I don't think he's the reason to blame. I think obviously we just saw Clemson's defense has been the very consistent part of their team, even when they've been inconsistent overall. They've been consistent turnovers. And my dad actually said before the game, if Clemson can get some turnovers and manage to capitalize on them, he thought they were going to win. So that's what they did.
Yeah.
And so I think Sam Hartman is not really that much to blame for Notre Dame's loss. I think Clemson just came out and played, the way they wanted to, even with their 10 or 11 starters out.
Yeah. Shipley, Barrett Carter was out initially, came back in for a little bit. Antonio Williams, like 2 other guys. There's a ton, but
They had a lot of guys out.
yeah. Next, the Purdue head coach, or just coach, is what it said, Ryan Walters said that he knows for a fact that the Michigan sign stealer, the guy that was paid to sign, steal signs from other teams and like videotape them, all that stuff, was at a number of our games this year so far. So he knows that he was there, and he just didn't know that he was stealing signs. He thought he was like a TV guy. So he's not to blame for not stopping him because he didn't know. But what does this mean for the CFP future? Do we need fines need to be handed out? Because Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to give some respect to him. He's been through a lot this year. He's always been through a lot, feels like. And like past 3-4 years, he tried to take the head coach for the Ravens last year. Didn't work out. Had to come 2 years ago. Last year. One of those. 1.5.
Recently.
Yeah. Didn't work out. Had to come. Imagine going to a team, wanting to leave that team. You don't get the job. You come back and you have to go through that team again. You have to address it. He does that. They go right back to the playoffs. 3 straight playoffs. And now he's accused of sign stealing. He got fined a couple games. He can't go to coach like 3 games. And his team's still one of the best teams right now. But the reason I don't have them in my championship, because my championships are like Washington, Ohio State probably right now. Because if with
the reason you don't have them is because you think Ohio State's better.
Yeah, they are. Mainly because of Marvin Harrison Jr.
They are not better.
We'll see. But the reason I don't put him
21st, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, that'll be a good game though.
I think it's around there.
Yeah. But the reason I don't have them that far down the line for me is what if they get fined?
Yeah.
What if they get banned from the playoffs this year because of what I feel like right now?
I mean, I don't know that they'll get banned because
that's just the worst case scenario.
Yeah. They're the guy that was accused currently is suspended with pay, I believe, but he's suspended right now from coaching with the team. So I think just like them making it through those first 3 games without Harbaugh, them not having their sign stealing guy for the past couple games, them still dominating. I think it's just unfair to even if they're true. I think the
players didn't know.
I think that's on the defensive side of the ball too. We've seen without him, they still perform incredible on defense.
And their offense.
I think a fine is appropriate, a big fine.
Yeah.
If they turn out to be true, but I think just kind of let the NCAA do their thing.
Yeah.
And figure out what's happened, and for now, I think obviously it's important. It'll affect college football, but I think you just let it take its course, let the investigation run, and the outcome is the outcome, and we'll learn how to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, the future we thought was very bright. I mean, with expanding to 12 teams next year. 12, right? Pretty sure it's 12. Because I know we go to 8 and 4 and 2.
I don't know.
I think it's 12. Anyway.
12 doesn't make sense. 12 is not a good number. I think it's 8.
Whatever. One of those.
I'm pretty sure it's 8.
But it's very sketchy right now. The waters are very treacherous and very interesting to see how it plays out. Because I think by the end of this year, we will either have no clear answer or a clear answer.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have the middle. Because right now, we don't have a clear answer.
Yeah.
We know that there was a guy there because we have clear video of him there. But did he sign steal, and how much information did he give to Michigan? So it's a very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff. Last but not least, what are your 3 Heisman finalists? That means, quick FYI, Heisman, MVP, finalists. There's 4 finalists, but we'll go 4. Who will go to the Heisman ceremony?
He's just like, go 4.
Who are the 4 guys that will be in those chairs in the Heisman ceremony in New York? think it's New York.
Michael Penix Jr.
Gotcha.
J.J. McCarthy.
Okay, interesting choice.
Bo Nix.
Uh-huh.
And Marvin Harrison Jr.
Hey. That's good. I like it. I think Marvin Harrison.
I already mentioned to Texas's running back. I'm trying to remember his name, but he is incredible. He's going under the radar right now. Look him up when we're done. He's great when we're done.
Okay. Anyway, my 4 would be Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, you mean my 4 pick? No, I'm just
Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Marvin Maserati, and I feel like J.J. McCarthy is good, but you have to take into consideration with everything that he's going through right now may affect the voters.
Yeah.
So, man, I wouldn't say Kyle McCord is there yet.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't say Carson Beck's there. I wouldn't put Brock Bowers up there.
It's hard with him missing some games.
Yeah. It's just tough. I'm actually going to put Bucky Irving in my last spot. 2 Ducks. Holy guacamole.
That's a hot take.
And Bucky Irving. I said in like week 1. In fact, week 1, the one that didn't get posted. Sorry. Was a very. I thought Bucky Irving could have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I thought he is phenomenal. He's electric, and he could be a top 10 pick in the draft for me because I watched the Washington game and how he played. He literally got stopped 2 yards behind, spun a move, trucked the guy, flicked the joystick, and managed to get a 2-yard gain. Like, that's crazy. He takes the worst plays from his O-line and makes them like a 3-yard gain. And his O-line doesn't stink. Actually, not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, on a blitz play, he still gets yardage gain. I think he could be an incredible running back. So
he is an incredible running back. He's very explosive.
Honorable mention? I like
McCarthy for you.
No. I like Quinn Ewers and Xavier Worthy. 2 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like Xavier Worthy. He's kind of like Quinn Ewers' go-to guy, but with Quinn Ewers out, Malik Malik Neighbors. Was that a burp?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just seeing
your
if the
burps
audio,
are going to be very spicy.
I was seeing if the audio caught it. It looks like it did.
Anyway, he's a
go
go-to
get more
guy.
Twizzlers.
And it's a very wild because I think it's tough for like Quinn Ewers this year, who's been playing phenomenal with the injury, yes, but could have won the Heisman if it was like last year or 2 years ago. But this year, same with the playoff and the Pac-12 championship, it's crazy because Penn State was in the Rose Bowl with a pretty good team, but this year the Rose Bowl could be like Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or in a Michigan, maybe.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah. So it's an insane year.
It's just a good year for college football.
Football.
American football. God bless America.
God bless America. Don't worry, I'm not going to start singing.
Hey, look. It's a man.
Anyway, it's been a great episode. Have you enjoyed this episode?
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed it. We know it was a little long.
Comment what food you want us to eat next, because
yeah, we'll eat it. Yeah,
if we can find it.
We'll
find it. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
Well, peace.
Peace.